All right, so Mike here. Let's talk for a few minutes about how these two bikes ride, because that's really what people want to know. Both of them would make an excellent commuter bike or general purpose comfortable cruising bike. The Crosscurrent, Juiced Crosscurrent, is definitely built to be a little more commuter specific. It's definitely the higher speed of the two bikes with the larger diameter wheel, less rolling resistance, and a little bit lighter. And again, with hydraulic brakes, it makes it very street friendly. The range is outstanding on this bike. At the lower assist levels, I can easily get 30 to 40 miles out of it. And even at high assist, I could put it on just about max assist, and my commute in Dallas is about 11 and change miles each way, depending on my exact route. And I could run this with max assist and still make my full commute. And as far as the geared hub, which both of these use a geared hub design, they get off the line pretty well. They're not as torquey off the line as a direct drive hub, but they're plenty good. You can be sitting in traffic and you can be moving before the cars are if you are riding in traffic. I like the very upright position. Okay, so the MagiCycle. The MagiCycle is definitely a bit more comfortable. You have a lot of suspension built into the 4-inch tires, so you get a lot of comfort riding on that. It feels very stable. I think to a not super experienced rider would find a lot of comfort on this. It is a heavy bike, and the center of gravity on it feels a little bit like a motorcycle or scooter. Just it's got a lot of bulk to it. It's not as bulky as it appears, but the thick tubing and the thick wheels and things like that kind of give you a very substantial feel. The riding position is a little more comfort oriented. It's a little harder to max out your torque if you're a hardcore spinner, but it's an easy bike to ride. It's comfortable, plenty of gear range, not quite as fast overall, and the range is probably about 20% less because of the rolling resistance involved in the wheels and tires. But I think it's a very good value. I think with a few personalizing tweaks, you could really get it to where it's exactly what you might want. But it comes really nicely spec'd. You're not going to have to spend a lot of money to add things to it. Again, it comes with a lot of stuff that I had to add to my bike myself. The rack being notable. It takes panniers well, and it has the little straps to easily stick things on there. Tail light, very comfortable leather-like grips. 52 volts, 750 watts, name brand tires, mostly name brand componentry, and none of the componentry seems poor quality. It's just not in the same category as a $4,000 or $5,000 bike, which is to be expected. This is a sub $2,000 bike. I believe you can get them in the $1,500 to $1,700 range. I'm not checking the pricing every time, but I know there's some range in there. There's discounts and sales and things. And the Crosscurrent S2, again, when I purchased this bike almost a year ago, it was around a $1,800 bike. I believe the price point fluctuates a little bit. I know things have been going up a bit. Here we are in December 2021, getting ready for the next year. So I hope this gives you some information. I feel like the MagiCycle is a really viable option, especially for somebody who maybe isn't looking for a hardcore commuter or a hardcore off-road e-bike. I think for a bike that really wears a lot of hats, is comfortable, is easy to ride, has plenty of speed, it'll do 28 miles an hour, no problem. But you will run through your battery fairly quickly at that range, or at that speed. And I would say, even at using all of your range, I'd say 30 miles or all of your power, all of your assist, I'd say 30 miles range is not out of the question at all. And I think if you're more conservative and keep the speed lower and the assist lower, I think you can easily get well over 40 to 50 miles out of this bike, would be my experience from it. Now, again, I live in Dallas, Texas. The weather's mild. It's pretty flat. But I do tend to run 20 to 23, 24 miles an hour average on my commute. If you are running 15 miles an hour on a trail or a paved trail, I think you're going to be very satisfied with your range. And it charges relatively quickly too. Again, I feel like if I had to just pick one of the two bikes, the overall component quality and the overall performance of the Juiced is the superior bike. Is it worth, $300 or so more? For my purposes, yes. For yours, maybe not. I don't think you're sacrificing a lot if you go with the less expensive, slightly less featured bike, but because it does come with more goodies, so to speak, and it seems like a well-supported company from what I can tell so far. So that's my opinion. Please don't take it as gospel, but having ridden a lot of different e-bikes and owned 3 different commuter e-bikes over the last 7 years, I can definitely say that either one of these would get the job done, and both of them are light years ahead of where this industry started not even 10 years ago. So feel real good about the trickle down, and I hope this is helpful to you. Thanks.